Yeah. Okay, everybody bring it back together. My group over here. We are going to read Lucy Gray. You have your poem. I'm going to read it to you. Oft I had heard of Lucy Gray, and when I crossed the wild, I chanced to see at break of day the solitary child. So solitary tells me she is
alone.
Okay.
All alone.
No mate, no comrade. Lucy knew comrade is friend. Good. She dealt on a wide moor. Wide moor. Moor is what? Who's familiar? Madison in last class said a plain. Plain, if you imagine an open plain.
She's really smart.
She dwelt on a wide moor, the sweetest thing that ever grew beside a human door. You yet may spy the fawn at play, the hare upon the green. What is fawn?
It's a deer.
Deer, and hare is a
Rabbit.
Okay. But the sweet face of Lucy Gray will never more be seen. So if I stop right there, what is that telling me? She's going to die. Okay, so that's a prediction. You can stop here and think that this is telling me about the future of the poem. What's going to foreshadowing. Good. Okay, bring it back together. Tonight will be a stormy night. You to town must go and take a lantern, child, to light your mother through the snow. So who is talking to her, do you think?
Her dad.
Her dad? Okay, good. That father will I gladly do. 'Tis scarcely afternoon. The minster clock has just struck 2, and yonder is the moon. At this the father raised his hook, and snapped a faggot fan. He plied his work, and Lucy took the lantern in her hand. Okay, so she's holding a lantern. What is that telling me about the time period of this poem?
That it's old.
There was like no
because
like,
there's no like flashlights with the phone.
1800s, they had, yes,
no
like
electricity.
what? No electricity, no flashlights, but it worked like a flashlight for some people. Not blither is the mountain row, with many a wanton stroke. Her feet disperse the powdery snow that rises up like smoke. Okay. If she's walking through the forest to get her mother from town, what kind of family does she come from, do you think?
Poor.
Poor, okay. What supports that?
That she was walking in the country.
They live in the country, they don't live in town, okay? She's walking through the snow, so they don't have horses, or what else could you have gotten around with that carriage? Carriage, okay, very good. Okay. The storm came on before its time. She wandered up and down, and many a hill did Lucy climb, but never reached the town. The wretched parents all that night went shouting far and wide, but there was neither sight nor sound to serve them for a guide. At daybreak on a hill they stood that overlooked the moor, and thence they saw the bridge of wood, a furlong from their door. They wept and turning homeward cried, in heaven we all shall meet. When in the snow the mother spied the print of Lucy's feet. Then downwards from the steep hill's edge they tracked the footmarks small, and through the broken hawthorn hedge, and by the long stone wall. And then an open field they crossed, the marks were still the same. They tracked them on, nor ever lost, and to the bridge they came. They followed from the snowy bank, those footmarks one by one, into the middle of the plank, and further there were none. Yet some maintain to this day, she is a living child, that you may see sweet Lucy Gray upon the lonesome wild. Or rough and smooth she trips along, and never looks behind, and sings a solitary song that whistles in the wind. Okay, so now what I want you to do is write number 2 still in the first box. Okay, so number 2, if you filled it up, you can go to a second one, that's fine. I want you to write a little response to the poem. What did it make you think about? Did it connect to your original thoughts about how you would feel if you were lost in a winter storm? Okay, so go ahead and put that. You can do it in a second box, or you can put number 2 right here and write it there, because we're about to do a little response from each other. Okay, so you're writing that in the second box or number 2 just below your original response. Yes. You have one on your side. Yeah, you're right. The response to the form. What made you think of, and it's just anything that you can think of. Okay. All right, now what I want you to do, after you wrap up what you've written, is pass the paper to someone near you, okay? And respond to what they wrote. You can respond to either how they felt, how they would feel about being lost in a winter storm, or you can respond to what they wrote about the poem, okay?
It reminded me of Johnny Apple's.
Reminded you
Just because like she went off and now she's like, what is this?
But that's a good connection. That's a very good connection.
Is anybody gonna like paper?
Okay. So make sure you have someone to trade with. Make sure you have someone to trade with. Okay. Everybody have someone to trade with? So again, everybody, you are responding to either what they wrote about being lost in a winter storm, or you are responding to what they wrote about the poem. Okay?
I just agree with her.
That's a good idea.
No, you need to raise
You
your
would have asked for help. That's very good. Very good. I'm seeing some good stuff. So you're writing response.
It's weird.
So we're responding to how they felt about it?
You can write it either. So you can do that. So you can write it like this. Just like that. I'm pretty flexible right now.
What are we responding to?
You are responding to either the person's, what they wrote about being lost in a storm, or what they wrote about the poem. You get to choose. Okay? A lot of you guys are doing that. Don't worry about any of this. Uh-oh. Hang on. Somewhere there's. I love that song. Okay. Listen, bring it back together. Yeah, we had a technical error. We are going to watch a film clip about Lucy Gray. I don't even know.
I love it. That looks like John Barry.
All right, bring it back together. Sorry, guys. Can everybody see? Let me start over again, because I know how hard to see. All right. Okay, so I want you to keep that image in your head and go ahead and with the paper that you have, in the third box, write a response to the video, okay? So in the third box of the paper you have, write your name and write a response to the video. Think about, was it how you imagined the poem? Was it different? Why was it different? Okay? Yes? Yes. If you already wrote in the third block, so you can just put like number 2 and right below it, okay? You guys are doing a really good job with this, okay? Really good job with this.
The video?
Yes, it is a response to the video. So guys, you are going to have a chance in just a minute to discuss it with others, but right now I just want you to write your response to it, okay? You guys are doing a very good job. I like how everyone is focused. Yes, I have a question. It was on the.
It's like 11:53, I think.
I think you might be. I think you might be.
Yeah, I know it's 11. It's 11:53.
Is it? Okay.
What time is it?
Okay. All right, so I know today's schedule is different. Don't worry about it. Oh, we have time. Okay. 11:49.
11:49.
We go to lunch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do we go to lunch?
And then you go to lunch after this, yeah. Okay. All right, bring it back together. Now what I want you to do is pass your paper to someone else, someone new, and in the very last block,
Let me write the name again.
in the very last block, write your response to what they said about the video or the poem. Write a response to what they said to the video or poem. Excuse me, the film.
Wait, so we're writing a response to what they said about the video.
What they said about the film clip, yes. What they said about the film clip. You're writing a response to what they said about the film clip. Okay? All right? You have no one to switch up? Okay. Let me see. I can write a response to yours. Did you guys not have anyone? Here. Can you? There you go. So you're writing in the fourth block. If you have a question, let me know, okay? I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Come around as you write. Okay.